Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my worlds, the world away, and it's Sunday, so we've got another Welcome to the Cave. Now today we've got two submissions, and the first submission is from someone called Reno or Andreas. He lives in Germany. His room, it's absolutely amazing, and Andreas, I tell you now, the submission you did was amazing, all edited with sound effects and music. The only problem is when I actually just uploaded it to YouTube, it lit up like a Christmas tree for copyright strikes. So I've had to take some of the music out and I've done my own voiceover, so I hope that's okay. Es tut mir aber leid for that. Anyway, this is an absolutely brilliant cave. You're going to love some of the retro stuff that he's got in there, but check it out.
Hey guys, this is Andreas from Germany. You are going to see a tour of my collection displayed in my living room. It is movie and TV themed, mainly focusing on the vehicles. Since about 6 months, I'm also into the retro toy hunting game. So let's take a closer look. Starting with some license plates, I'm going to add or replace some more movie and TV related. So far it's only the time machine and some holiday souvenirs. Speaking of a time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Now I can see why you used the soundtrack for this, because an absolutely amazing score by Mark Mancina. But the figures here, I didn't even realise they were out. See, the Jan de Bond 1994 film Speed was excellent. Not so much the second one with Jason Patrick, but I do love the bus there, and obviously everything is awesome.
Main characters of the Lego movie. Right next to Marshall.
Brave star.
Ground level. We are entering the Star Wars corner. Some Imperial stuff over here. A huge Super Star Destroyer from the Star Wars Armada board game. Repainted to match Darth Vader's executor. And another huge model kit. Star Destroyer by Revell. As you can see, there are some different lighting options. And of course, the awesome Millennium Falcon by D'Agostini. completely repainted. A red 5 X-Wing right by his side. After busting ghosts, now let's see what's on the TV rack.
Now, I don't know if it's my age, I do know the Automan figure at the end there, but I was completely oblivious to this franchise. I didn't know anything about this. My apologies for that, Andy, but the actual figurines look absolutely brilliant. Interested to know why it's got Bismarck on the side. Is that the name of the ship?
Some Tron Legacy stuff. More of that later. Time for Automan!
But Automan, I'm telling you, during the 80s, that Knight Rider and Street Hawk was my favourite thing. And him driving around in that Lamborghini Countach there, Cursor, wasn't it? I think that was the thing that created it. But this was an excellent show. I'm surprised it didn't actually get renewed for a second season. I think it only lasted the one season. But I'd love to see that back on TV. And it did have an iconic theme tune, but it's just a shame I've had to take it out the video, Andy. But brilliant figurine.
The last corner of the collection features a Starsky and Hutch car by Corgi. A spinner from Blade Runner. A James Bond DB5. A die-cast model from the Fall Guy truck. Scale 1/16. A plastic model kit of the same truck. The A-Team Corvette. Still looking for the A-Team van. Are you still there? It's the General Lee and Daisy's Jeep.
Now this was another show that I didn't really watch at all, to be honest with you, Hardcastle and McCormick, although saying that the sports car there is absolutely it's awesome. But yeah, it's definitely a show that I've missed, unfortunately. But the one thing I didn't miss was Tron and the light cycles there. Again, this is something that I didn't even know was out, but that's pretty impressive how you got the light trails coming out the back there. I don't think much of the Tron sequel that they did like 20 years later. I prefer the original Tron film, but yep, very good. The old Tomy-tronic game there as well. I still remember that though. And Battlestar Galactica, what a way to end the video. You've got a Buffy figurine there. As obviously, I'm a big Buffy and Angel fan. I like Joss Whedon. But Battlestar Galactica was something that I never actually got into. Either in the old carnation, in the new carnation. It's not really something I watch, which is weird because it's sort of like the genre that I'd normally enjoy. Es ist eine erstaunliche Sammlung, vielen Dank. Das CDs mit und Thielen. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Now, the next cave we've got is from someone called James Jacob. Now, he's got his own YouTube channel. It's just over 10,000 subscribers now. So if you haven't checked him out, I've put his YouTube address down the bottom. So you'll be able to check out his site. He's JJ Model Making. Now, in your cave, the ships, it's the ship straight away that came out to me. There's something about a battleship, especially the Bismarck up there, that just has some impact for on first vision when you actually first walk into the room. But you've got an amazing collection as well. But check out James's room and also check out his YouTube channel because there's a wealth of stuff on there which you're really going to like.
Hi everyone, James here. Thanks for Wayne for allowing me to share my man cave on his channel. It's very kind of you. Amazing content, and I'm quite jealous of what everyone's uploaded so far. It looks really fantastic. I thought I'd show you my cave. So I'm James, but I also have a little channel called JJ Model Making, and I make a lot of scale plastic models. This is a USS Wasp, which I made last year. It's a 1:350 scale kit, and yeah, it took quite a few months to build. You can see lots of little hovercrafts, or LCACs they're called, and various aircraft on this amazing little ship. So I'm really proud of that. But yeah, I've got quite a few of these ships here, you can see. I really enjoy making the warships. I think they're fascinating. Take ages to get stuck into. Recently, though, I've been on a bit of a Star Trek jolly with the lockdown. A bit more straightforward a kit. You can get through quite a few of these in a relatively short space of time. But yeah, I've been really enjoying working these. Even some 3D printed ones, like the big one you can see there. Resurrecting some old kits. This one started off as a kit I built about 15 years ago that I stripped back and painted again. And a few more 3D printed and a few more ships here and there. Big Star Wars fan, so I've got two lightsabers here. You can see we've got try and get this to work. Got old Darths, and Anakin's or Luke's, depends on who you ask. So they're quite cool. And then yeah, swinging around, the Star Wars fascination continues. This is where I do my editing, and with the lockdown, it's a bit more of a home office, as you can imagine. But yeah, this is a project I'm working on at the moment. It's a 1:350 scale NX-01 Enterprise with lights that I'm building for a client. More aircraft carriers with the Enterprise here, which is probably the second kit I built. But yeah, these things are enormous, as you can see. They come with about sort of 50 or 60 aircraft, and this one's a work in progress Nimitz. It's not quite done, just got the aircraft to finish. And then up here is the USS Intrepid, the one that's moored in New York Harbour at the moment. Star Wars shelf, so we've got 3D printed lightsabers, Darth Maul there, big AT-ATs and Star Destroyers. A few more old favourite DVDs of mine. And then we have the Iron Man shelf. Got big old Igor in blue on the left, and then a painted toy, which is the Hulkbuster. And then a few more ships. And then yeah, Lucky Boy has managed to get the Darth Vader helmet for Father's Day last year. So yeah, lots of little tiny bits and pieces, but yeah, really, it's not the biggest room. It's our third bedroom. My daughter used to sleep in here until she got upgraded to the second bedroom. But yes, I'm very lucky, and yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to share this with you, Wayne, and all of your viewers, and hope you find it interesting. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So I hope you like those 2 submissions today. Now, if you want to submit your cave, then just send me an email down here with your cave. If it doesn't upload or it says, oh, it's too big, then just drop me an email saying you'd like to send a cave submission to me, and I will send you a link to my Google Drive. And all you have to do is go to that link and then either drag the video into my drive or just click the plus icon and upload it to the drive. Either way is good for me, and then we can feature it on the channel. Now, next week, as you can see, we have Alex's Cave, we have Peter Cooper on the Saturday, and on the Sunday, we've got Matthew Thomas and Simflord. The only ones I've got outstanding then are Andrew Browning, Conrad Knopp, Michael Bradford and Neil Dixon, which is why I need your submissions. So get filming, preferably in landscape if you're going to be doing it on your phone, and get yourself featured on the channel, because I absolutely love this feature. But I really do hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.